And joining us now direct from Phoenix, Arizona is Mr. Will Ralston. Will is the president of a company called Singlepoint Incorporated. SING is their stock symbol. Will, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks, Don. Thanks for having us.
Well, big news this week with the Supreme Court ruling on sports betting. Now, Singlepoint has been in the fantasy sports business for a couple of years. This decision really plays right into your hands, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're really excited. You know, the 6-3 ruling made by the Supreme Court just on Monday is, a phenomenal thing for Singlepoint here, because we've been in this for 2 years. We're not just jumping in and saying, hey, fantasy sports and sports betting is a big industry. We actually started doing this 2 years ago. So going through that, we knew that there was a huge opportunity for Singlepoint. And now that we're actually able to go out and, let these companies that we were working with really start signing up users again and really get that traction, that's very exciting. And then it just so happens, we were working with a social betting company that was able to continue operations because of their dynamic, and we placed an investment in them. So just about 30 days ago, we added a third to that portfolio, and this just really jumpstarts them as well.
So speaking of that, the company has announced an investment into a company called StakeHall. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So the company StakeHall, they're social betting peer-to-peer. So if you or I wanted to bet on the basketball game tonight, I'd be able to go ahead and send you a challenge or a bet, and we would be, in a bet right there between each other through the social app of StakeHall. We're working together to actually be able to implement payments, so at the end of that bet, whoever won would actually be able to be paid out.
Will, do you see your crypto-based payment solution playing a big role in this? Yeah,
absolutely. I think that the use of smart contracts and Ethereum is really, the next level of taking this StakeHall and enabling it so that payments are automatically made through smart contracts. So definitely looking at utilizing our crypto-based payment solutions and making it automated so that nobody has to say, hey, I won. No, it's in the smart contract and it's paid out at the end of the bet.
Well, given the Supreme Court decision, do you anticipate further acquisition activity in this space?
Absolutely, and alongside that, I see Singlepoint actually taking a lot of our payment systems and actually letting people transact. And it was very difficult because of the previous law. Our underwriters and things like that didn't want to accept these types of accounts. But now that that ruling has been made, we believe that there's a lot of payment transactions and activity that we can do for a lot of these companies. So we'll be targeting that, and we'll also be working on building out some of our own technologies that we can own 100% of. Since we've already got some programmers going and hired, we're going to add these applications to our list. So very excited for this.
Will, you've been talking about filing your Form 10. Any progress report on that?
Yeah, we're getting really close. It's just a matter of going back and forth over kind of the semantics of the layout of the Form 10 and filing it. So we hope to be filing that here in the very near future, which will really allow us to go out to the institutional investors and raise larger amounts of money at a better rate, and really allow us to ramp up these acquisitions that we have in the hopper here.
How about the national TV campaign with Kevin Harrington? Any updated news on that?
Yeah, we've got the final version ready to go. We are actually pushing out the wallet to the App Store, so it's in a production mode. That way, when we run the commercial, we actually let people go download the application and start using it.
Well, we've been talking about 3 pending acquisitions. How are things coming along on those?
Yeah, so we're done with due diligence in one, and we're actually defining the final agreement. They're coming to the office on Thursday, and we're hoping to, get that final agreement tidied up and ready to go. And then the 2 others are going through due diligence. One we're just finishing and getting a third-party valuation done and everything like that, so that we can tie that all up. And everything is moving forward as we would expect it to, and we're still very excited because with these 3 acquisitions, we project a big revenue jump because they're already doing revenues somewhere in the range of $7 million for 2 companies and $1 million for the other. So we could be at 15, 16 million if we get all 3 of these closed, which we're very confident that we're going to be able to.
Well, Will, 2017 was a very busy year for Singlepoint. 2018 is starting to look amazing.
Well, we really set ourselves up in the foundation and the structure. So 2017 was a great building block in building everything that we need to do. And now being able to, once you have that great foundation in place, you can really start to scale. And that's what we're seeing here early in 2018. You're seeing us be able to build on that solid foundation, and we just are very excited to continue to do so.
Singlepoint Incorporated, SING is their stock symbol. Will, tremendous update. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Don, and go Sing.